The frost is on the pumpkin, the goblins are stirring, and there's magic in the air. Magicians Pat Holcombe and Kim Welsh here today on the Halloween edition of the New Variety Art Show. Ooh.
And now, here he is, the never nefarious but lightly lugubrious Brad Zinn.
Oh, it sounds like a scene out of a bad horror film, doesn't it?
It was.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brad Zinn. I'm your host on the New Variety Art Show as we prepare to meet more interesting guests, fascinating guests from the world of variety arts entertainment. Today it's a special Halloween edition, and we're going to have a little bit of magic for you, so don't go away. You know, every week we give you an opportunity to meet variety arts performers and find out what they do, how they do it, why they do it, and perhaps the next time you see a variety arts performer live and in person, you'll appreciate what they do just a little bit more. As always, we have a phone number for you to contact us if you'd like to make a comment on the show. Let us know you're watching. You know, there are no Nielsen ratings for public access, so we need to hear from you to know if you're watching. Pick up the phone. Operators are standing by, as they say. Area code. And now it doesn't cost you a long-distance call if you live in the East Valley, Tempe, or Mesa. So pick up the phone, call us, and let us know what you think. And if you have an event coming up that involves variety arts performers, let us know. We'll try to get it out on the air and promote that for you. And here's somebody that is on the air, and that is our never nefarious. Our musical director, Van Corrigan.
Who is lightly lugubrious.
That sounds like I just have a thin coat of oil or something.
Turn to the side a little. There's a slight resemblance there from the side.
Well, I had the horns shaved down, but that's the deal. Well, we're all set for Halloween. You've worn your very special orange tie.
With the bats flying. Well, it's a Rorschach type. It could be anything, you know.
I think so. So we'll take a viewer poll and see what they see.
Yeah.
Speaking of viewer surveys, we have not heard a word yet.
About the beards?
About the beards. We've got to hear from you. You've got to call us and let us know. Do the beards stay or do they go? And you're not going to have much longer to do that, by the way. So
they're getting longer and longer.
Give us a call and let us know. Hey, we got some announcements to make, Van.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. Dan Horn, a very popular Valley ventriloquist who has not been on our show, but that's because he's moved over to L.A., and he is working the college circuit and the comedy club circuit. Some of you will remember Dan Horn from when he was around here, has sent us a birth announcement. I know it's a little bit late, but August 4th gave birth to, he didn't, but his wife did, Sean Benjamin Horn at 8 pounds 4 ounces. Congratulations, Dan.
A
little wooden, yes, right. And he'll have that little baby talking before you know it. I'm sure he will. So congratulations, Dan, and thanks for letting us know. Bruce Pope, one of our crew members who's not here yet, also had a blessed event back in August, and Emily Elise. So Bruce, congratulations on Emily Elise.
Hope he told his wife about that.
I think so. And by the way, I did a show. Let me talk about unprofessionalism, okay? I did a show for the Upstreet Teen Expo, and Michael Nolan, one of our crew members, was there. He can verify, testify to what I'm saying. They called me and asked me to do this show, and I said, okay, I'll come and do the show, and I volunteered my time to go down and help the teenagers to learn to be good citizens and give them positive things to do rather than joining gangs and all that kind of stuff. And they told me they had Arlene Taylor from the CBS TV series Freshman Dorm was going to be there and MC
All right,
the event.
yeah.
And I thought, well, this is great, you know, and I thought, well, maybe we can saw Arlene Taylor in half. Well, the phone calls that flew back and forth, they called the CBS executives and lawyers and managers and agents, and everybody from here to Wisconsin approved this, and Arlene Taylor agreed to be sawed in half at this show. So I show up, and I get no help coming in, and I've got all this heavy equipment. They promised me help, no help at all. It's hot. Then Arlene Taylor isn't even there. She's there, but she's disappeared in the hotel somewhere.
She was doing
and
magic,
she
too.
never shows up.
Wow.
Never shows up. Very unprofessional.
Disappearing act.
So, yes, she did a disappearing act. So I'm hoping that Freshman Dorm does a vanishing act myself. Okay, enough of that. We have some fascinating guests. As I said, you know, Van, Halloween and magic go together. They really do. And our, oh, let's have a little spooky music here, a little mood music. Our guests today are representative of the fine, magical talent available right here in the Valley. Magic and Halloween are inseparably interlinked, and we'll find out why as we meet the president of the International Brotherhood of Magicians Local Ring 55, Pat Holcombe, and member performer Kim Welsh. We will have a clip of them coming up here in just a moment. I want to set this up, though. Kim Welsh will be seen first in the clip, and he is performing for Calvin Good, our councilman, and former mayor Terry Goddard. And then Pat Holcombe will be performing at a home party where he magically, and this was really neat, magically reunited mother and bride-to-be daughter. She had no idea the bride-to-be daughter was coming to be at the bridal shower, and it was really special. You'll see the clip, and when we come back, we will meet Pat Holcombe and Kim Welsh. Don't go away.
We heard you could practice mantra.
Well, just do it like that. How many you can do? That's four. Is that all of them back? Keep your hands like a little kid. Hey, you're so much taller than me. No, you're taller than you look on TV.
But the TV shrinks everybody to the same size.
Maybe it's a Ford Gold Coupe brand. I know what you're saying. They look like they're silver.
Certain amount of scouts.
I had them silver plated so my gold wouldn't get all scratched up. Okay, let's set your table. One by one, coins go from here. Push your table out there. They go from here and they run across your hands. Go from my left hand to my right hand. Now, did you feel that?
Right.
The first one went from here to here. Perhaps you didn't see the first one go, so I'll do the second one. Did you hear it?
Yep.
And it went from here over to here. All right. Keep your hands up. Good. Just like that. Now, would you like to help out? No. I was going to ask you to go start my car while I stall these guys. Here, hold your hand out. Put them there. I got one more to go. Show it. All in my hand. You are good. That's how I got it. It's a pleasure meeting you.
We got pictures of Terry Goddard receiving.
Pays to follow the rules, huh? Terrific. We're gonna have to kill a little time here. Don't cut yourself.
Not that sharp.
Can we cut all the way around? Twist it apart. What do you find inside? I'll take it. I don't think you're gonna. Did you unroll that? Oh, absolutely. Feel great. Did you unroll that?
Oh my gosh.
Is there a corner missing out of that bill? You had a receipt the entire time. Does that corner fit that bill?
Yes, it does.
Ladies and gentlemen. Hope so. What I'd like you to do. They laugh at the strangest things, you know. Here, why don't you take that corner? I think this is a big size. Okay, good. Good. Now what I want you to do is I'm going to ask you to just kind of spin into. It's her house. She ought to do this. I want you to spin yourself in. Spin right on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A little bit. Yeah, that was a little bit fast. Can we unspin again? That was a little bit fast. What I'm going to ask you to do, I want you to do that very slowly, okay? Just spin slowly in, very slowly. Slowly in, just slowly spinning. Terrific. Oh, good. Wow. That's kind of a new look for you, isn't it? Yeah. I love this one. Yeah. Now, Debbie! And Jennifer!
Pat Holcombe and Kim Welsh, those were the two magicians you just saw in the clips, and they're here live in the studio. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being here. Pat Holcombe and Kim. And Kim and I go back a long ways. We'll talk about that as well as Pat and I. But Pat, I want you to explain what we just saw in the clip, because what we saw was you magically producing somebody, and it might not have been real clear what the circumstances were surrounding this very unique piece of magic you created for this family.
Right. Well, what happened was I was requested to perform at a bridal shower, but the mother was unable to be with her daughter back in the Midwest. So what we decided to do is her friends here in the Valley decided to throw a bridal shower in absentia of the bride.
Oh.
And with that, they decided, well, let's find a different way to do this. And they asked me to come and appear. And when we got together with the hostess, we decided that, well, why don't I make the bride appear? And that's what the clip really shows, is that the mother and father had no idea that this was coming off. And so we magically made the bride appear at the bridal shower, much to the shock of the mother.
Well, this, I feel like the Oprah Winfrey show here, sort of, you know, doing one of those reuniting kind of things.
A lot of the tears is.
Oh, yeah, that was a very magical moment, something you'll be very proud of, and something you can tell your grandkids about sometime. Tell us what is, define Ring 55 of the IBM. People may not know what that stands for, so define what that is.
Well, the IBM is the International Brotherhood of Magicians. Ring 55 is the local group, and each group throughout the world is designated by a certain ring number. There are over 300, as a matter of fact. Arizona now has 3 rings, so we do a 3-ring act now in Arizona. And the latest one was just up in around Show Lakeside area. That was Ring 300.
And the reason they call it a ring?
Ring is the formation. One of the big tricks with magicians, one of the oldest effects, is the linking rings. And as a matter of fact, our publication is called the Linking Ring, and it's a ring and a band.
And so the idea is that these rings are all linked together throughout the world, right, promoting the brotherhood of
magicians.
Very good. And Kim Welsh is here, and hi, Kim. And
hi, Brad,
Kim
how are you?
Fine. One of the members of Ring 55, and you joined shortly after you became interested in magic, and now you are performing as a magician. How long has it been for you from the time you got interested now to...
Well, Brad, I met a friend of mine about 8 years ago who performed really only 2 mind-boggling magic tricks to me, and from that moment on, I really knew what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So I studied for the next 3 years at home, about 4 hours a day, for 3 years, until one day I performed in front of you, and you said, "You're ready." And it has been about 8 years now, and it's been a lot of fun, and I enjoy every minute of it.
Well, great. Well, we have to tell all of our viewers that the three of us oftentimes work together, performing close-up magic, strolling magic, which is to go up to a small group at a cocktail party or whatever, and oftentimes at big parties, 400, 500, 600 people, and they have to hire 2 or 3 performers to cover that kind of a group. So we've worked together, and Kim is in my stage show as well, and if you're watching the Cavalcade show, which runs on Dimension Cable, 7:30s on Friday and noon on Sunday, you will have seen our performance at the Civitan Magic Show to raise money for Camp Civitan. Anyway, so watch for that, and watch for Kim to be in that show. Now, explain, you also do stand-up comedy magic, so
Yes.
explain the difference for the viewers between, we kind of told what close-up magic is, but explain the difference between stand-up comedy magic and close-up magic.
Well, close-up being primarily working sleight of hand, using small objects like coins and cards, things of this nature, done within the inches of your spectators' faces. Stand-up comedy magic, or comedy magic itself, is basically like a comedian, except for the fact that I use magic as a vehicle to create the comedy. So consequently I work a lot of the smaller comedy clubs around town, doing stuff that's more visual and
For a larger group of people.
group of people.
For
Correct.
maybe 50 to 100 to 150 people, something like that.
If I'm lucky.
Well, Pat, we want to talk a little bit about your background, because in addition to being president of Ring 55 and a performer, you are also a nurse.
Correct.
Now, what is your, I know there's so many different levels of nurses, so tell me.
Well, my position title, which so that the badge is quite large, is the Assistant to the Director of Critical Care at Good Samaritan Regional
Now,
Medical
would that be
Center.
like a registered nurse? Or
It's a registered nurse, right?
Okay. So you work in the intensive care
Adult
unit.
intensive care.
Adult intensive care at
Good Samaritan
Good
Regional
Samaritan Hospital.
Medical Center.
Good Samaritan. And here's an article, I don't know if we can get this on camera, that, what did this run in? Where was this?
The R Extra, it's the inter-hospital nursing magazine.
And this was an article that was done on you, and they found out you did magic.
Right.
And thought that that was rather unique and neat. So
Well, they asked me for a photo, and the photo that you just saw was, they asked me for some kind of photo, and so I decided, well, nursing and magic, so I levitated a bedpan.
well,
It was an incredible moment.
I can say that's probably another one for your scrapbook. As long as you don't do that in front of the patients, they might.
Well, many of the nurses asked me to teach them that trick, so.
I would guess so. Kim, you also do something that's called busking, and for the benefit of the people who are watching, they may have been busked at some time but didn't know what was happening. Why don't you explain that to all of us?
Okay, busking is primarily done as close-up magic. Sometimes it's known as street magic, where magicians will go out into the public, the Arizona Center, for instance, or any of the nicer nightclubs downtown or in the Scottsdale area, and perform magic for free in the hopes that, well, 2 reasons. One, they might get tipped and be able to actually pay their water bill once in a while, and 2, also get their name out to the public and let the public know what sort of variety artists are out there and who they are and what sort of stuff they do.
And hopefully you might get booked doing a show for somebody else.
Sure, all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff. You never know who you're performing to.
Right. It could be lawyers or doctors or somebody that's looking for entertainment.
Correct,
And
yes.
if you are somewhere within earshot of them or eyeshot, they might say, hey, I got a group coming up. And
Sure,
so
yes.
busking is just basically working for tips to
And-
find out what you can do and try to maybe get your name known
Right.
to the groups.
Yeah.
How popular do you find magic to be in the Valley? Because you work a lot of the nightclubs in town. Is magic the kind of thing that people go, ooh, get away from me, or do they really enjoy seeing it?
It depends on the group. It depends on the person. Some people just go wild over it. They just cannot get enough. Other people, they don't care. I don't care how good you are, they don't want to see it. But it's just a matter of being a professional and being able to read your audience and decide, are these people interested? Do you think they are? Of course, there's all sorts of ways to tell this by eye contact and things of body language and things of this nature, so
Right.
that you're not annoying people.
Right, and hopefully this show gives people an opportunity. I mean, you talked about rehearsing for 4 hours a day or practicing and stuff. hopefully those people may tune into a show like this and say, gee, I didn't realize that I've been so rude, and and this person really does have something of value to offer, and maybe I won't be so snippy the next time.
Well, I think also it's very clear that everybody doesn't like everything. I mean,
Right.
you'll find people who hate jazz, and or that hate the going into the Mexican restaurant and having the mariachi band.
Yeah,
come
right.
over, and they get, they just, please go, here's $1, play Far Away. It's the same thing, I think, with any variety act, any kind of entertainment. Some people love it and can't get enough, and we love those people. And then there are others that really don't
What,
want
are
it.
you kidding? We live for those people. Pat, the IBM Club is having a very special event coming up, and I believe we have some information to put up on the screen about that. And I want you to talk about the IBM, the International Brotherhood of Magicians, Local Ring 55. Here it is. Tell us about this, what we're seeing on the screen here.
Well, we're very excited because this year we're having another of our performances. We're going to have a convention with 2 magic shows. The shows are on the 19th and the 20th, a Friday and a Saturday night, out at the Arizona School of Music building.
Now, that's the one that looks like the big cake.
That's right. That's
Yeah, with the
sounds
icing.
candles almost,
Right.
yes, and kind of in the pink decor. But the show is just a fabulous show this year.
Let's announce that number so we can, 934-2057 is the number to contact if you want information about tickets and how to come to this show. So it's
Right.
very exciting about that. Now, some of the performers that are going to be here, Carol Fox, there's some people back from the Midwest, or anybody that's ever been to a car show would know Carol Fox. Eddie Tulloch, Ali Bongo from
I'm very
England.
excited. Ali Bongo from
Roger
England,
Blakiston was just here, is a good friend of Ali Bongo's, and Flash Covington that's been on our show. Del Rey, who, if you haven't seen before,
Absolutely incredible.
People come from miles to do this. We want to see you guys do some magic. So, Pat,
Sure.
do some magic for us, and then
Do
we'll
some
have
magic.
Kim do something for us here.
That's easy to say.
Yeah, this is our special Halloween tribute,
But
and we
I
might
thought
say, the reason Halloween and magic are tied up together, and real quick.
Well, the reason Halloween and magic are so closely associated is Houdini, who is one of the people that is always known. I mean, if you mention his name anywhere in the world, they immediately think magic. Houdini died on October 31st, 1926, at the age of 52 on Halloween night. So it was, with that, it's always been
Right.
seances
Very
and
special,
that kind of
very
thing.
special night. Now, you are going to do something with some thread here.
Right. I brought along a piece of thread because I wanted your viewers to understand the difference between illusion and reality. So with just a small piece of thread, we'll unroll it here. This will hopefully help us to give you a bit of an idea of the difference.
Now, this is just some regular cotton thread.
Right. Just a little bit of cotton thread, a little piece of thread. Now, this we'll call reality, but this is the illusion.
Ah.
Now, it almost looks like I've separated that into 2 pieces, but actually it's not true. Again, looking like I'm breaking into several pieces. Not happening. Just an illusion. Great illusion, but just an illusion. If we take just all but maybe one piece, roll it up into a little bit of a ball. This is a part I hate. It doesn't always stick, so we're just going to hope that we can get it to hold on to the thread. Brad, I'm just going to ask you, can you take your fingers just like that? Can you just pinch for me right there?
Pinch.
Right. Terrific. We've gone from illusion, from reality to an illusion, and back again.
Unbelievable. Look at that. Fabulous. All right. Kim, we have time for you to do something with the coins.
Very good.
And we want to get in close here and take a look at what you're doing with the coins. This
Yeah.
is something you specialize in, is coin work.
Yes, I do specialize in coin work. I mentioned before the gentleman I met who had done some work for me, and what I'm about to show you literally is the trick that changed my life. This is also what you might have seen on the clip before, what I was doing to Terry Goddard,
Oh,
so
okay.
in case you couldn't tell what was going on.
Right.
Now I want you to watch closely, okay, and but please don't watch too closely, because this is the trick that made Ray Charles blind. One by one, the idea is to get the coins to go from my left hand, run across the mat from here over to here. Now Brad, let me ask you a question. Did you feel that?
No, I didn't feel a thing.
That's what my girlfriend always says. But did you see the first coin when it went
Look,
from here over to
one
here?
coin is gone and traveled
All right.
across.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll try to do number 2 a little bit slower so you can see it. Okay, here we go. Listen closely. Did you hear it go from
I
over
heard
here
that.
to over here?
Right.
All right, but you didn't see it. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll do number 3 real slow. Here we go. Are you ready? Now, that's just about as slow as it gets.
3 coins have traveled
Yes.
across.
Now, Pat, would you like to help out?
Absolutely.
Good. Go start my car. I'll stall these guys. No, I'm kidding.
Give me the keys.
That's Van's job.
Just blow on my hand from way over there. That's all it takes, folks, is a little hot air, and that's
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How much time do we have left? Do we have time to do one more quickie here? We got 2 minutes. Okay, so real quick,
all right.
Kim.
Let's do a little tandem magic here. I'll do something with the 4 aces, and then we'll let Pat do something with
Okay.
the 4 aces. Okay?
Just keep it quick.
Keep it quick. All right. All you have to do is remember which card I laid down first. It's very simple. Okay.
Okay,
In this
that's the
case,
ace of clubs.
The ace of clubs goes down first. That's all it is, and the ace of spades will go on top of the club. Now, Brad, the idea here is to get the club and the spade to switch places. Watch. Did you see anything happen?
I didn't see
Pat?
a thing.
No,
No. If I
lost.
truly was a magician, which card would be on top now?
The ace of clubs would be on top.
Yes, except for one thing. You see, when I said they were going to switch, what I meant was these cards would be red, you see, because the black cards are still over here.
Ah, unbelievable.
Thank you.
Very nice. All right, Pat, your turn.
Terrific. Brad,
4 aces.
4 aces. Well,
Make it quick, because we're going to go out of here in just a few
all
minutes.
right. Let's see if we can do this real quick for you. We have 4.
Tilt down a little bit so the
That better?
camera can see it. Yeah,
Okay.
good.
4 aces. We'll just take, now the ace of spades is different than all the rest of the aces. We have the 4 aces right here. We'll just do a twist. Once we do a twist, the ace of hearts turns over. Now if I take and give it one more twist, what'll happen is the ace of clubs turns over. If I turn the ace of clubs face down, what we do is we give one more spin, the ace of diamonds will just turn.
Turns face up.
There you go. Now if I take all the aces, we'll take all the aces, turn them under, one more time, a spin. You know what happens?
What happens now?
Absolutely nothing,
Oh.
because as you can see, as I told you before, the ace of spades is a little bit different. Go ahead and press the button.
I'll
for me
press
there.
the button
We press the button, and that's all that's required for the ace of spades
to turn face up. Unbelievable. Fantastic. Pat Holcombe and Kim Welsh. Pat, we want to put that graphic up one more time if we can. We want to tell everybody to come and see the IBM Ring 55 Public Magic Show, which will be March 19th and 20th. And there's, what's that number to call again?
934-2057.
2057. Thanks, Pat Holcombe.
Absolutely.
Kim Welsh.
Brad, thanks a lot.
We have lots of magic in Phoenix. Van, thanks for being
My
here.
pleasure.
Thank you for making this show possible. Support variety arts in your community. We're out of here. Bye, everybody. Good show. Very good. Very good. Let's see. Hold these up. Now I'll do the famous dance.
Hi, I'm your host, Warren Cole for Motor Madness. What's Motor Madness? Well, it's just the best show on cable. We feature all vehicles, cars, boats, trucks, motorcycles, anything with a motor. As you can see, we have some strange things, but they do have motors. Have you ever seen one of these motors? Well, if you tune in, we'll tell you all about it. Don't miss it. Channel 22, Dimension Cable, Friday night and Sunday afternoon. Be there.